Okay. We're live. What is going on, guys? Let me go ahead and go over here and get YouTube set up real fast. Channel. I got to change that thumbnail. That thumbnail is horrible. That's okay though. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna mute my sound here so you guys can hear me. There's no kind of reverb. You're not getting anything back. What is up, everyone? We are live. I'm gonna go ahead and set up my phone, get the lure cam ready to go. Let me see here. I gotta send a link. Share. Gotta go over here. Share a link. Give me 1 second, guys. I am invite. Email. Okay. Let's go ahead and send that. All right. What is up, guys? We are doing a lure auction. I'm just going to hang out here until people start coming in the chat. Yeah, so what's everybody been up to? It's been a good week. I've been painting like nonstop. It's been crazy. Something I will be doing soon is taking some of this stuff out. Not necessarily the baits I've painted for the auctions, but any of the other baits, you'll see me taking those out and put them to the test in the water. We're going to see how that works out. So in 1 second, guys, I am trying to get the lure cam up and going. It's going to take me a second. All right, here we are. Let's go. Going to go in. It says I'm entering. Wow. Okay, I'm going to mute that so there's no reverb on it. I feel like that's probably pretty good. I wonder if I need to turn that sideways. No, it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. Let's go to settings, camera, front camera. Okay, we're there. And let's put lure cam. All right. Lure cam and enter studio. There we go. Oh. Oh, what is going on there? That was weird. Okay. Let me try that again. That was a mess. I muted the mic. That doesn't make any sense. So I was getting reverb. I don't know. Okay, let's. Cancel. Oops. Okay, guys, if you just see me sitting here, it's basically me trying to get this to work. So give me just 1 second. Allow. Okay, mute that though, because that's not going to be good. And I don't understand why I'm getting reverb. That's horrible. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And I may have to go into my settings of my phone. Let's see. I don't know. Yeah, I'm definitely getting. Let me go over to the settings in my phone. Yeah, I don't know. If there's some reverb, guys, I apologize. If there's reverb. Let me see here. I don't understand why it's doing that. Let me check my headphones, see if there's a big echo. It's just going to drive me nuts. Can you guys hear me all right? Yeah, there's definitely an echo. What's up, Shanae? What is going on? Good to have you in the stream. Sorry, I'm just working on my audio right now. Okay, good. I sound all right? Okay, I have this echo, and I think part of it is because this phone is so close to the microphone, so I'm getting some reverb. But I'm fixing to switch the camera mode on this. Maybe that'll change things. Let's hold on, edit. Stop my okay, lower cam. Let's go in here. That's part of the problem. So I need to go back in and set this up. No echoes on our side. Perfect. Good. Good to hear. Awesome. I'm glad. Okay, so I'm just hearing it through my side then. I'm hearing this like slight echo. It's kind of annoying, but I can deal with it. As long as it's on my side and you guys aren't hearing it, I am good to go. Give me 1 second. I'm setting up this camera and it's not doing what I want it to do. I'm going to set this stream up again one more time. StreamYard, yep. Okay, Enterprise Studio. Come on. Allow. Mute. Okay. And then we're going to go settings. We're going to go camera, and we're going to go to, no, not mirror my camera. We're going to go to back camera. There we go. There we go. That's going to work. I don't like that it's as loud as it is, but that'll work for now. You guys can still see the lures just fine on that. So that works. Okay, we're going to go ahead and enter studio. All right. Now we got the lure cam. All right. How are you doing, Shannon? I just sat down for a bite to eat. No hurry. It has gotten cold here, somewhat cold. It's supposed to be in the 70s though again this next week, so I'm hoping to be able to get out and do something. But yeah, I had this all set up. I was going to do a lure auction today. Hopefully everybody got the deals. For whatever reason, my video that I did to put on shorts to get people over was it was less than satisfactory. So we'll see how many people actually show up today. I don't know. I sat down for about tea. Have you guys had anything had any work done yet on your place? Have you been able to do any work on it yet? We were wore out. Vic actually came home from work and went straight to sleep. Poor guy. Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. Are they doing any kind of like efforts there yet? I mean, have Have they cleaned up most of the areas now, or not? We're doing everything ourselves, no contractors. Ah, that sucks. That really sucks. Well, at least I mean, the one positive note to that is that you'll know it's done right. You don't have to worry about contractors that aren't doing their thing, But it would be nice to have somebody else doing it versus you going and fixing it up yourself. How do you treat for like the water damage and stuff? How do you like do you have to clear all that out and get all brand new stuff, like pretty much rebuild the house from the ground up? Nothing has been picked up in our area. They are more worried about the beaches and high dollar neighborhoods. That's horrible. That's horrible that's how that works out. That's not right. Unfortunately, that's how it is, but that's not right. So the high dollar homes are the ones that are getting attention, and that anybody else is like, oh well, that's horrible. We have nothing left. The house is 100% gutted. I have a roof and a floor with studs between. Wow. Wow. So you are in fact going to have to completely rebuild the place. And right now I can't even imagine like it's with the way wood and everything else has been lately. Yeah, that's horrible. That's absolutely horrible. Now, could you move? Do you have room where you could move in like a little tin shed or something, or some kind of shed that you could put your stuff in? Yes, rebuild the inside. Yeah, that's absolutely horrible, Shannon. I'm sorry to hear that. That's gonna be a mess. It's just gonna be a mess. And with the prices of everything, it's gonna be triple whatever it would have been. Wood right now is ridiculous, or was. I don't know if it still is. Hopefully, it's come down. But yeah, that's crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and put one of these baits up, Shannon, just to have it set there. But yeah, that is nuts. That's absolutely nuts. I can't imagine the water. That's the thing. Like, I mean, we get tornadoes and it's horrible. We'll complete one room and move all our stuff into it, then finish the rest of the house. Okay, all right, that makes sense. Did you have any of the weird critters coming up in your property, like everybody else was showing, like where they had like the alligators coming in and the lizards and all that crazy stuff? I have 3 boxes of my stuff and 6 of Vic's. So that's his tools and such. Oh wow. That's all was salvageable, or that's just what you have. My cats bring me stuff every day. Cats are good for that. They're definitely the dominant predators. I think the only thing that they'd struggle with is an alligator. But other than that, I think they could take down pretty much anything else there. Did have a huge fish in my chicken coop. That's crazy. Ah, that's horrible. That's horrible. Yeah, I can't imagine like with all that water coming in like that. I mean, I saw it. It looked horrible. I mean, it looked devastating completely. I don't even know what you do for that either, because I would imagine anything below the water line, is all going to have to be replaced due to like the factor of mold and that sort of thing. You lost your car and the RV, so the RV's gone. That sucks. Is there any kind of insurance for that stuff, like at all? Or is that not, do they not cover for that? Vic's motorcycle might be saved. We will see. Well, hopefully so. Hopefully so. Are all the boats still good? Give me 1 second here. I'm sending out. The boats are okay, but the motors have to be worked on. That's horrible because they all got flooded out. That's a mess. I just we've never, I mean, we've had flooding here, but not to that extent. And I've never lived in a place. I mean, there's been flooding here to that extent, but not in a place we've ever lived. I've always lived on top of a hill or somewhere like that where we really haven't had the flooding. Yeah, they were all on their trailers. Oh wow! How deep did the water get there, Shannon? Was it like 4 or 5 foot? And it's all salt water too, right? Or I guess brackish. I don't know how that works. I guess it would be salt water though, mainly. So it's something you can't just like. It's one of those things you're gonna have to thoroughly go through the engines. Yeah. So you're gonna have to completely go through those engines and rework them or whatever if you can. We have been here 28 years and never had it get this bad. Yeah, it was almost 5 foot. That's crazy. It's crazy. Where did y'all go? Did y'all leave the area and then just come back? Is that what happened? I mean, y'all left the area. 5 foot, but wicked up another 3 feet, so all the drywall had to go. Golly, like 8 foot, like it splashed up almost 8 foot in your house. Yeah, that's completely clearing everything out. Then the studs in between your roof and will you have to replace all those, or are you able to like spray them with something and leave them where they're at? I can't even imagine. That's horrible. Yeah, 8 feet of water. We were going to stay. We watched the water come over the seawall in 30 seconds, and Vic said we had to go. Yeah. The minute it breaches that seawall, it's time to get the heck out of there, I think. Yeah, because it's going to get a lot worse. Now, how far from, like, say, I mean, obviously, I guess you live pretty close, or is there like a canal or something right there by you? The studs are fine. They all have been treated for mold, so we are good. Okay. Yeah, just 5 foot, but it splashed up into the 8 foot. Sorry. Yeah, it was just 5 foot. But even 5 foot, that's insane. That's insane amount of water. I mean, that's a lot of damage. I know we've had instances in the past where I've had friends or whatever had like a foot or two of water come in their house, and I mean, it's a mess. It's like it destroys everything. Water is real bad, and that's fresh water. I can't even imagine salt water. We're on a canal that is directly on the river. Okay. So it just came up over that canal, and then that was it. That was weird. Did you see that glitch? I don't know what just happened there. Strange. It stalled on us. That's why it was so bad. Oh, okay. So it just stopped right where it was at, pretty much, and stalled out, and just kept wrecking havoc on the area. Yeah, storms like that, when they get like that, it's just insane. I know you guys had tornadoes. I think it was up. I want to say it was up towards Central. It may have been even closer, but I know that they had tornadoes there as well, which was that's insane. We were hammered for 4 hours longer than they expected. Oh wow! So it just kept throwing that water up in everywhere, and the winds kept slamming everything. That's just unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that, Shannon. That's really bad. Well, thankfully, you know it didn't completely tear out your house. I mean, it did, but it at least you have still have a place that you can fix up and go to. Tornadoes were everywhere, pretty much. Yeah, yeah, I heard that. I heard that it was not only just a hurricane that you had to worry about, but it was also the tornadoes, which yeah, that's horrible. And it was it was majority of the state, I think. It's okay. We have our lives and animals. Yeah, that's the positive thing is that you guys weren't injured or hurt during the storm. I know they said that there were some people were. My question is if I mean is there a reason why people won't leave when they hear it's coming? Is it just they don't want to or they don't think it's going to be that bad or is it you know, to try and protect their stuff. I mean, like, because I know, like in Louisiana and places like that in the past where they've had big hurricanes and people didn't leave, it was always devastating. I've just wondered why people don't. We were 5 minutes from our house in our trucks. Okay, so you could literally go not too far away and be okay then. Or are you saying that we don't have because of we don't leave because of looters? That makes sense. That's really sad. That's like anybody who does that should be. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, this is personal opinion, but I feel like they should be dealt with on site. If you know what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna do that kind of stuff during a disaster, you are the lowest of low people. That's just not. Yeah, that's not okay. That's horrible. I saw where one kid, it was pretty funny. I saw where one kid, and I know it's nothing to joke about, but the kid was in a lawn chair and he was out there fishing. And in front of him, like, I don't know, it had to be 5 or 6 feet. There was a gator headed right towards him. I was like, aren't you going to move? And he just kept throwing his pole at it. We left right at the worst part of the storm, 155-mile-an-hour winds. That's some strong winds. That's some really nasty, nasty winds, especially to be in a vehicle. That's really nasty winds. Um, with the water combined, though, that's what gets me is because with the water combined, I know that's got to be it's got to be a rough thing. I mean, that's what it That's what's crazy. Yeah. I mean, we have tornadoes that, like, I've been in tornadoes that have excessive winds, like, but we don't have the water with. I mean, we will get rain wrapped, but we don't have flooding and stuff like that to go along with it. And even in those instances, I'm going to be honest with you. I know you guys can't because of the flooding, but we go underground. Like, I go underground anytime tornadoes are out now. Like, I don't stay and watch them and check them out and think they're cool because I've in the past I've had what is going on, Grant McIntosh? Good to have you in the stream, man. Thanks for coming in. I tried to have it a little earlier today so that people weren't like having to go to bed before work and that sort of thing. So I tried to do a little bit earlier stream. Um, but I'm kind of doing a lure auction more than anything. I like today. I was going to see how many people came in, and they go from there. But yeah, I'm basically just chatting it up like old times. Been talking to Shannon for a while, and we're just hanging out. We would drown underground. Yeah, I know. I know that's one thing. Here they had some flooding somewhere, and some people went into their cellar and they got flooded inside their cellar during a tornado one year, and it was like, so everybody thinks that's like the normal thing, but that doesn't really happen here very often. Been out in the garden playing with the dogs. Just opened up my phone and saw the notification. Awesome, man. Awesome. At least people are getting notifications. That's awesome, man. I've been painting baits like crazy. I've got I don't know. I've probably got 20, 25 baits here that I've painted. Been trying to do the whole shorts thing, and then I've got a couple full length videos I'm going to try and put out this probably within the next 2 weeks. I'll try and put something out. Yeah, I need a garden for as much as we've been paying for squash. I've been eating squash way too much. I've been eating squash like every other day. Way too much squash. Probably not good for me. It's going good, man. I'll show a little bit. I'll reveal a little bit. Here's the thing. I'm going to reveal a little bit, but I'm not going to let everybody know. So I may cut this part out or something. Go back in and cut this part out, but so if you see that on the well, you can't see it. You guys can't see the lure cam at all. Hold on. I forgot. I gotta add the lure cam. There we go. Actually, I'm gonna single that out. How's that work? If I remove that, add the stream. There we go. Now you guys can see me and the lure cam. See, I'm telling you, this technology thing, I still don't have it down. So that's part of it. But yeah, it's coming along. It's going to be done here pretty soon. The problem is I haven't been able to get out to fish, and I've got to take it out. They're probably not going to hit it when I do take it out, but it'll be fun just to get it out there, throw it, and see if it'll swim. If they don't hit it at the lake, I'll probably go to a little local pond over here and see if I can get something to smash it at one of these little local ponds. Yeah. It's funny. The whole time I'm like, oh, yeah, the lure's in the cam, whatever. You guys can see it. And, yeah, that's not the case. Been too windy here. Yeah, it's been cold here, man, to be honest. It's gotten down into like the 40s and 50s at certain points, like not every day. It's supposed to be the next 3 days is supposed to be in the 70s. So I think I'll probably try and go out then and see how that goes. But yeah, that's let me set this up here so it's a little better. So you guys can see that a little bit better, maybe. Yeah, it's a little bit better of a view. I don't know if it's great, but it's better than it was. We can't even touch our waters right now. Red tide and flesh eating back. Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible, Shannon. That red tide, that red slime stuff. We've got it. What's up, WTF Mike? What is going on, man? Good to have you in the stream. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, that red tide's no joke. We get that. So I didn't realize until I got back into the saltwater hobby that that is a real thing. Like even in the saltwater hobby now, like you have to worry about that stuff. It's kind of crazy. It's for sure, Grant. Yeah, it's ridiculous. This is so this guy's is a lure that I painted up. It is completely different. It's just a strange lure that I painted up, but people seem to like that. It was a little jerk bait. I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple of these others up. A couple of these crazy ones up. I'll put the Fisher Price bait up just for Mike. Got that Fisher Price bait up there. That one surprisingly, it didn't do well at first. I re-uploaded it and it did really well. I was surprised because that is the wildest paint job I think one of the wildest I've ever done. But yeah, so thank you, Shannon. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is it's got the crazy blue and pinks and oranges, and it's a little crazy. Fisher Price swim bait. Did that one. I'm trying to put up some of the more interesting ones. I like this one. I did this one the other day. I like that at top water. It's cool because I don't know how well you can see, but there's some blue. And then it fades to that green, yellow, and then orange. But I like that one. That one's pretty cool. I'm basically just showing you guys all the baits. I don't know. I may try and redo this auction later at a different time, just because I know like my video that I sent out about it didn't get like zero traction. It got like 3 views in 3 hours, which is crazy. So I may try and do that another time, but I'm having fun just being on live with y'all. This is fun. So makes me think of a devil horse. I don't know what a devil horse is. I'll have to look that up. I don't know what that is, Shannon. I'll have to look that up. Here's one, Shannon, that you might see fish that look like that. I don't know how far south you are, but I know y'all have them. Well, you're in the middle of football and afternoon math. You know what, Mike? That's true. I don't keep up with football, so didn't think about that. I tried to have it earlier though because last time I had several people reach out to me and say, "Well, you have it too late," and so we're not able to come in because it's we got to go to bed for work and whatnot because we go to bed early. So I was like, "All right, well, I'll do it earlier," but I didn't think about Sunday being football. It kind of looks like that. And it's hunting season. That is true. It is hunting season. Everybody's out. Everybody's out killing deer. Which crazy thing there's so I just learned this not too long ago. There's certain states that they allow zero hunting on Sundays. It's supposed to like it's a religious thing, but you're not allowed to hunt on Sundays. Isn't that crazy? I've never heard that in my life. I know people here that were checked out of school to go hunting. It kind of looks like that. Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, like literally, there'd be kids that their dads would check them out of school, be like, "Where are you going?" They'd be like, "Oh, we're going hunting." It's like, okay, like for weeks, or they're like, "No, just for the day." They're going to check us out, and there was some schools that actually, and I've heard, I don't know this to be factual, but there were some schools in southeastern Oklahoma that literally their schools let out for deer season, which I was like, okay, I mean, that's kind of awesome if you're a kid then, but well, guys, I have to get back to work on the house. All right, Shannon. Well, you have a good day, and I hope you guys get that all fixed up soon. I hope that works out. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you being in the stream. You have a good evening. Opening day here is a holiday. What's the opening day, Mike? What holiday? Is it Thanksgiving? The because I know our opening day for Bo is October 1st. Put something else. This is one I painted the other day. I don't know how if y'all saw this one or not yet. That's a interesting little pattern. Crank that like that. Hopefully that light will. No, it was Friday at noon. No, what was Friday? Oh, Halloween. What's up, Jersey Gamer? What is going on? How you doing? TFJ Outdoors wants one. That's cool. I'm gonna be doing here in a second. I'm gonna be kicking it off and starting the auction and putting some of these up. I guess if I get enough people in here, I'll definitely do it. But I'm gonna be auctioning several of these baits off, and so it should be a good time. I like it. The fourth, not how. Oh, okay, fourth. Are you talking about July? I don't know. I don't know the holiday, Mike. I literally. Yeah. So we've got those. We've got. Let's see here. Let me put another one up. Something. Oh yeah, this is pretty cool. So this was a fun one. Little two tone wiggle wart. I don't know, Mike. It was November the 2nd. November the 2nd is I I don't know, man. I don't know. That probably sounds horrible. It's probably like veterans or not veterans. I don't know. I don't know. My brain doesn't work right now. I literally let's see here. Hold on. I'm gonna cut the lure cam so I can go in and check this and see what that day was. This is probably horrible, but I have no idea. Oh, it's fourth. Okay. All right. Like I said, Mike, I had a head injury, remember? Oh god. Oh, let's see here. I have no idea still. Just shout it out. Shout it out at me. Not a literal holiday. I don't know. So you're saying that deer I don't know. I don't know. My head's not working right now. Guess you're gonna have to spell it out. I may look like a dumbass right now, but you're gonna have to spell it out for me. Yeah, that head trauma is no joke. It messes with you. Are you stoned right now? No, I am not. Let me go back up and read through this, see if I can. Oh, okay. School closed, and so it's like it was like a holiday. Okay, I see what you're saying now, Mike. Sorry, I'm telling you, man, my head is not completely functioning today. I'm having one of those days. Yeah, it's some days are better than others, but today is one of those days. Yeah, that's how that's how southern Oklahoma was. Like they treated deer season like it was a holiday, like they would let school out and that sort of thing. So it's pretty crazy. So there's that guy. All right, I'm gonna put one up. If anybody wants, let me know in the comments if anybody wants a bait or if they want to see. If you just want to see one, let me know what kind: deep diver, top water, jerk bait, rattle trap, mid diver. That's pretty much what I got, and maybe one square bill. I've got one square bill. I didn't do well. There's a couple that this is a flat sided crank, but which I've already put that one up. But if you guys want to see any of them, let me know. Just post below and let me know. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry my head is not functioning 100% today, but I'm trying to work with it. Sounds like I'm high. I know. So what have you guys been up to? I know it is changing weather. I've talked to Mike. I know his weather is going crazy. Grant, how's the weather there in Illinois? How's it doing? Jersey Gamer, how's your weather? I know you guys are probably getting colder weather, starting to anyways. I know we've been getting colder weather and it's crazy. Fishing is definitely, wind is nuts today. Yeah, man, I think realistically, I think here it just keeps dropping in temperature. I don't think it may not get to the 70s that I think it's going to get to this next week. If it does, these are those baits, Mike, I was talking about that I'm going to go out and throw. So that's the one I painted. I'm going to take that one out, throw it, and just to give size comparison, that thing is massive. I mean, it's absolutely huge. Yeah, it's a good bait. I think it'll catch them. Temps up and down, record high, then record lows. Drought finally got an inch of rain Friday night. Yeah, we've been in that same situation, Grant. We've had a drought pretty much all year long. In the western part of the state, it's been bad. I'm glad you guys finally got some rain. That's good. Gust 60 miles an hour, Mike. Golly, man. Yeah, that wind is whipping. That's absolutely whipping. Here's the other one that I painted up. It's the same. It's a little bit smaller, but not much in comparison. They're both gigantic baits. I got snow in my forecast Monday through Thursday. No, that's horrible. That's absolutely horrible. I don't want snow for at least another 2 months. Like, it just needs to stay away. I'm gonna go try and hit a couple of these local ponds around here. I've been seeing some of these local ponds, and they're absolutely they look like some good little ponds. And I think I'll be able to catch some fish in the winter in them. It's blowing your way. Well, hopefully it'll just blow, and it'll blow my way, and it'll keep blowing. I definitely don't want it. I know that. We're probably going to get it, though. I mean, they're saying this is going to be a bad winter for us, so we'll see. About 60 miles an hour. It is not going to blow. The mountains hopefully the mountains will cut it off. I don't know what mountains. I'm just hoping. Yeah, it's probably not going to be it's probably going to be here. It's probably going to be nasty outside. I figure that's probably going to happen. Right when I want to go fishing too. I just haven't been able to, but I've been painting a whole lot. That's going to stop here before too long. When it gets too cold, I'm not going to be able. I guess I can still paint a little bit, but nasty weather is good for deer hunting. Yeah, but it sucks for fishing. That's cool if you're deer hunting. What's up, Braxton Spurs? Good to have you in the stream, man. Yeah, I will be staying indoors in that nasty weather. I could ride the wind to your. That would be awesome, Mike. What would be really cool, and I saw this when I was younger, but those ultralights that people fly? You could take an ultralight, Ride that wind. Come right on in. Need some windmills? Yeah, Grant. That's definitely make some money off of that stuff. Put up those. They've been putting those towers up all over, like Oklahoma, like Western Oklahoma, and different places. I guess they pay pretty good money if you let them put them on your place. F that idea. Mike's like, no, I don't want those big ugly things in my pasture. Oh, you mean for the flying? Yeah, no, I get that too. Either way, both those things. Yeah, the ultralights, those ultralights, man. They flew those in at night. It was a air show. I worked at a barbecue restaurant when I was like 16. It was a catering event, and we were catering. They can't spin this fast. All the windmills have their brakes on. Yeah, I bet they do. Like, probably rip those arms right off. But yeah, I worked in an air show, and we were working this air show, and these people came in after dark on ultralights, coming flying in. They had like flashlights. It was nuts. It was nuts. I've seen those things when the wind's whipping. It's kind of scary because you can hear them. Like if you get up close to those windmills, you can really hear them. And when that wind's whipping, it's a little airy. Hate windmills. Braxton Spurs says he hates windmills. Yeah, I mean, I understand the original purpose of windmills. These new ones are an eyesore for sure. Wind energy proceeds to use all oil lubricants. Yeah, I think in all honesty, the blades turn and the brake turns on at a certain speed. Oh, I see. So it's automatic. So if they get going too fast, I guess it puts a halt to them. Yeah, I don't know how they actually work. I've seen them up, and I've seen some up close. You can hear them though. They're loud. Blades turn and the brakes turn on. None of them are spinning. Oh yeah, yeah. So they're all dead right now because of the wind. Yeah, we've had them. I mean, not 60-mile-an-hour winds, but we've had some wind strong gust days like 20, 30, and those things they're kind of like I don't know when they're kicking around, you can hear them. They're pretty loud. I just don't want them. I wouldn't want them in my field. Like they're just an eyesore because they put them up every so many. Like they're so big, and they put them up every so many, yards or whatever, and they're just kind of an eyesore. Sometime when I'm in Western Oklahoma, I'll videotape them and put them in a video. It's kind of nuts how many of them there are. It's like it's almost like oil rigs, but it's crazy. Let me put up another bait. I'm gonna go ahead and put up. Let's see here. Let's put up a jerk bait that I haven't put up yet. All right, this is a crazy jerk bait that I did. Let's put that one up. So you guys can see it's got purple on top. Then it goes to chartreuse. It goes to gold with the pearl white into the chartreuse belly and the orange throat. So it is a definite different jerk bait, but I think it'll catch. It'll definitely catch. Wind is 40 gusting to 60. My new lake has 6 to 7 foot waves. It's washing over the road. Golly. That's useless then. Yeah, Grant. Yeah, for sure. Hank, do you have your phone sideways? I tried to turn it sideways. There we go. Let me do that. There we go. It's working now. Earlier when Shannon was on, I tried to do that and it did not work. But that's me and technology, so all right. So there we go. You guys can see it a lot better now. Yep, technology and me don't get along for anybody. You can ask Shannon. I tried to do it earlier. It did not work. Yeah, that's a better view. It actually kicks up. It shows it now. It literally did not work. I tried it like 3 or 4 times earlier and it did not work. So Mike, sure. I did. I was trying. If you'd see me early on, you can rewind it and see it. Damn technology. Now, it's ridiculous though. It's ridiculous how but this turned out pretty good. I like this one. I'll tell you what, I'll start the I'll start the bidding on this one at, let's see, it's a jerk bait, it's a 110 replica, so let's do 15 on this one. Do 15 plus shipping. Thank you. I'll do that. So if anybody's in the street and want to buy baits and they see this, we're starting the bidding at 15, and then I'll put it up again. You know what? Let's do it at 10. Let's just do it at 10 plus shipping. I'll do one today at 10 because shipping has changed. Hold on, let me share that. Okay. All right, Mike. Yeah, I'll go ahead and start. I'll go ahead and start putting the lures up for auction and see what, if people want it. I think I've got several that are really good, that are solid patterns. I think it's this one for sure though. I think it's going to catch of all the ones that I've got. Smallmouth. If you're up north, toothy critters will eat this up. From what I understand, they like those neon colors, so it's definitely a toothy critter bait, but or walleye, because that one dives 10 to 12 foot depending on the line you're using. You might be able to get it down deep enough for those things to eat it. But yeah, that's legitimately I some of the baits that I've been painting here lately are just crazy off the wall stuff, but it's because it's just something I think of at the time and I'm like, okay, cool. Well, that works out a lot better. I like that I'm able to use both cameras on here. Like last time it was a mess. It was a mess trying to hold these things and do all that. So this is working out a little bit better. I think I need to adjust my lighting for the lure, but I'll have to figure I'll have to figure out something with that. My lighting looks okay. It's not great. You like it, Grant? It looks good. Okay. Well, good. Good. So it's okay where it's at then, probably. If you guys, if it's coming in clear to y'all, sometimes on my screen I can't tell as well. But if it's coming in clear to y'all, that's all that matters. Mute the crankbait cam microphone. It's muted, Mike. Are you getting reverb? I was having that problem earlier. It's muted, and I don't know. I even went into my settings and I closed out the mic. I don't know what's going on. There's something weird about like me doing it through StreamYards that I'm getting some kind of reverb, and I don't know if it's too close to the. I think it might be that it's too close to the audio, I may have to set this up in a different way. I don't know, but yeah, I can hear it myself. It's annoying, but I've got it muted, and I haven't turned the sound down on my phone all the way down. I tried to mute it, and it's still coming through. I don't know what's going on because I've got it muted on computer side as well as on the phone side. So I really don't know what's happening. See, I need to take one of these out. I need to take one of these guys out and put it through a deer, but I have not had a chance to get out and do it. But this is actually pretty cool. I don't know if you guys see, those were made for me. These are awesome. Got the neon cheetah or leopard or whatever that is, the fletchings. It's pretty awesome. Very slightly plug headphones in it once. Let me see if I can. Problem is, I don't have headphones to go into. It takes the iPhone jack. That's freaking awesome. Who made them? So that Alex made those for me, man. Toothy Critter Outdoors is the guy that made those for me. I got half a dozen. We got half a dozen. I'm gonna get out and shoot them before too long. Don't worry about it. If I had a headset that went to my phone, I would plug it in and see if it would kick it off. I'll have to do that next time because it really is bugging me. But no, those yeah, those arrows turned out pretty sick, Gavin. They did. They were made by Northeast Bass Addict or Toothy Critters, I guess. That's the new channel. So he made them, and they turned out really good. He did custom cresting. Yeah, cresting. That's what it's called. Custom cresting and put the logos and everything. It turned out pretty sick. All right, so we're going to move on to a different bait. I'm going to go ahead and move on to something else. These sound really good, though, these 110s. I'm going to go ahead and put something else up. Let's see what we can put up that you guys have not seen. Oh, okay, here we go. One knocker deep diver, DD20. Let's go ahead and put this one on the deal. It's a deep diver, dives 15 to 20 foot, depending on the line. Realistically, I think you're going to get about 15 foot out of it using normal monofilament or fluorocarbon. Sorry, fluorocarbon. I think you use braid, you're going to come up probably a little bit more to like 12, depending on the size braid, all that stuff. And also, like, just depends on the size line. If you're using small line, you can get that thing down there. But I think on average, I get them down around 15 feet. They work really good, though. So that one has a brown back, and then it also has the chartreuse underbelly. I'm going to go ahead and cut my camera for a second so I can show this off a little bit better. That's not going to work because you can't hear me if I do that. I would have to turn on the mic on this, and it's going to be crap sound. So I'll just do it this way. But as you can see, that is the full deal. It's got that brownish back on it. Turned out pretty good though. I like this. It's a crazy crappie pattern. It's kind of mimics like the sides and stuff. I like how it color shifts on the black. I don't know if you guys can really see that, but that turned out pretty good. That's what I did, Mike. But it says when I present the other screen, it's telling me now that I don't see, like, if I go to, yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better, but yeah, weird. Yeah, so I go to the other, I present the other screen. It's making me remove mine. It's not it's not allowing me to just go. Hold on. Let's see here. Oh well, that's gonna work. So this is better. This is a closer view. This will work. Okay. It will not let me do those layouts. It'll let me do that layout, that layout, layout, and that. But for some reason, it is not allowing me to do the other layouts, which normally it used to. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been trying to get some just some different things out there. I've been trying to make some, they're just kind of different. On this one, I will do 15. I'll do 15 on a deep diver. So if anybody's interested, 15. Make it big and you little. Mike, I'm telling you, my capacity for technology is it's not good, man. All right, so this is a bait from last time that didn't go. It's topwater Sammy, and this thing is it's a good bait, but it's different for sure. Yeah, on with the show. So this is a bait from last time, and we're gonna go ahead and put it out there and see. So if you guys like this, it is definitely different. It's got the rips in the side. It's got a blue back, well, blue and black back with the black lines coming down. Got some blood speckle and some rips there, and then it's got the chartreuse belly. But all in all, I think that bait turned out pretty sick. I'll do $10 on that one. Anybody's interested? $10 plus shipping, because shipping has changed, and shipping is ridiculous. By the way, guys, I don't know. Last time I went to ship stuff out, it was just it's changed. I'll put it that way. Here is a jerk bait that went over really well. A lot of people seem to like this. Thank you, Grant. I appreciate that. Yeah. This one seemed to go over really well. People really liked it. It was a simple pattern, but it's that it does have some translucent qualities to it. It's hard to tell, but like if you look at it from the side, but as you can see, you can kind of see through it a little bit. It's got some translucent qualities there, but it's the purple blue back with the pearl silver sides. And then you got the green stripe pattern, the neon green stripe pattern, and the neon green around the eye with the red around the gill plates. And this just a solid silver pearl belly. Just a real simple pattern, but should kill them. Yeah, yeah, it's a jerk bait. Oh, it's 10 foot. Yeah, it's 10 foot diver. So to give like these, if you use light line, if you're using like 12-pound tests, you could probably get them down to about 12 foot. I mean, 8, 10, 12-pound tests, you're gonna be running it down around that 12 foot mark. I think that's probably the extent. I mean, in all honesty, if you're doing like 14, 15-pound tests, you're looking at like 10 foot diver, but it stays suspended. So it will suspend in the water column. So once you get it down there, it'll stay where it's at, and you can jerk it. You can do slow fall, or I mean, depending on how you weight it, you can do slow fall or slow sink or slow rise, or you can have it dead suspend in the middle of the water column. I've done it with all of them, and there's three different ways you can do it, but it takes some finesse with your weight. So either extra split rings, some of those like sticker weights you can do, or typically I do slow rise or slow fall. What about trolling with it? Yeah, Mike, trolling with it, absolutely. It'll get down like 10, 12 foot, just depending on the if you stay on it constantly, because jerkbait basically is meant to go down to a certain depth and then you twitch it like a dying fish. But yeah, you could absolutely swim one at like it'd go down at least. I guarantee it'll go down 10 feet. Um, Depending on the size line, it'll go down a little deeper. You could probably get it down to around 12, but it's going to definitely go down to 10. But yeah, so that any of those jerk baits you see with the long bill on the front of them like this, those are all going to be 10 foot divers. I don't have the other kind of jerk baits that I have, um, which are like this guy. Let me show you like this. That's probably a 4 foot max. So these are shorter, and I can't guarantee that these will suspend. I haven't tested them. I haven't actually put them in the water and tested them to suspend. Okay, all right, Mike. Cool. So I'll put that one. I'll put that one out for you then. I've got I've got another one here that I've done. I'll show you. It is a purple. Well, let me just show you. That's the peacock, by the way, if you guys are looking at that. But here's another one. It is purple. This is a holographic sided jerkbait. It's kind of hard to see, but it actually shimmers. It's pearl silver belly. It's got the gold cheeks and nose plate, and then on the back, it's that same purplish color with a neon chartreuse line running right down the middle of it. And right there, you can see the holographic sides. So it shimmers like crazy. Plus, it's got the red eyes on it. I threw the red eyes in there. That seems to do better a lot of time. That one too. Okay. Put on it's that one too. Okay, Mike. I'll put them on there. All right, let's go with what's the next bait that y'all want to see? Y'all want to see y'all want to see a popper? Y'all want to see a walking bait? You want to see a rattle trap? This is a rattle trap from last time. This is insane. So that's my lightning bait, green lightning there. This one's really wild. This was more of just a fun one to paint up. I don't know if the fish will eat this or not. I have no idea, guys. We'll see. But there's that bait. Oh yeah, Michael. Walking bait. Okay, walking bait's a top water bait. It's so there's poppers. Like I have these Pop Max replicas, which are like this. Here, I'll show you. So I have these Pop Max replicas, which are these guys, which they have that front nose, so they spit and they pop. And then I have the walking baits, which are like these, and what they do is they actually they walk as you across the top of the water, kind of like a snake or something of that nature. They go back and forth. They don't really so much spit and pop. They just kind of move back and forth like this. Um, and they call them walking baits. They're basically a top water bait. A walking bait. They get up and walk. Bass fishermen are a weird breed. I think Bill Dance named those. I didn't. No, I'm just playing. I don't know who came up with that, but yeah, it is strange. They're called walking baits. I don't know why, but they shift in the water like that. These really just thunk, 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 through the water. So they make a. Not only do they rattle pretty good, but these really make a. These actually are replicas of the Pop Max, and so if you go to like Bass Pro or you go to any of those stores, those Pop Maxes are $20 a pop. They're literally $20, and they're expensive. I mean, they're expensive, and these are replicas of them. And I found that these work. To me, these work just as well. Now, the one thing I will say is I don't like the system that they had set up on them. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Like, so see the gill plates here? They go up in, and then on the front, you've got the two little slits. So that's not a lot of air to push through there. And what I find too is, and I don't know if it was just these baits or whatever, so they get waterlogged sometimes. And that sucks. Like if you're going to throw one, it'll go underwater and it'll stay there. So what I started doing was I just started clearing all that over. So there's no way for that to happen. And they work the same to me. I don't need the air bubbles coming out behind them. Fish don't care. I mean, I don't think they do, but all right, let's put up a different bait now. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's put up a swim bait. So guys, this is the perch swim bait. And because of what these are and the price I had to pay for them, they're going to be considerably, like they're not a lot more, but I'm going to say like on these in particular, the lowest I can go on these is like probably, let's do 18. That's the lowest I can do on these because the amount of money I had to pay for them. I do have some giant swim baits coming in. If anybody's interested in big swim baits, I have some coming in that I'll be painting pretty soon. You guys will get to see. Oh, that's a sunfish, Mike. Those things are a replica of a northern pike biting my line off. That's exactly what those are, Mike. Yeah, those toothy critters will kill those baits. They will literally. And the problem with them is like you get one bite and then they're gone. They're gone. I mean, like they're because I think a northern pike or a muskie or any of those would literally uh, crush would crush them. So this is actually what they consider a pumpkin seed sunfish here. Um, so it, I don't know. It's not the best pumpkin seed sunfish, but it turned out pretty cool, guys. I like it. I think it looks good. It's got some good movement if you're looking for little like glide bait, swim baits that you want to throw that aren't too big. It's not a perch. Mike's thinking like yellow perch. I'm what? Your browser has lost connection to your mic. Make sure that okay. Can you guys hear me? Boy. All right, hold on just a second. This just drive me nuts. Let me go back. Make sure that my And here we go. Let's see if you guys can hear me now. I don't know. I'm not hearing the noise in the background like I was, so I'm thinking that my mic. Oh, did I lose sound? Huh. Strange. Okay, settings. Let's make sure. Audio. Are we there? Can you hear me? Yep. Says we're there. If you guys can't hear me, let me know. Because something is okay, weird. On my phone it came up and said that I'd lost. Okay, cool. You guys can hear me. Dang, Northern's in their perch. Yeah, it's so this is a sunfish. Technically, it's a sunfish. It's part of the gill family, the bluegills or brim. Depending on what we call them perch here, but they're actually brim or I don't know, sunfish. That's technically what they're called, but I grew up calling them perch, and I think it came from the north somewhere because they look similar in like not necessarily the sunfish, but the other ones they look similar, so they just started calling them all perch because they're smaller fish. To me, though, that's what we know them as here, but in the north, that's not at all what they are. White perch look like our sand bass, and your yellow perch, we don't have anything comparable to that. Not that I'm like really aware of. Grant, do y'all have anything? I mean, do y'all have anything that would be comparable to yellow perch in Illinois? Like, I mean, y'all probably have yellow perch, but I mean, like, as far as like, what would you say sunfish category would be comparable? I don't think there is anything. I know we definitely don't have anything. The closest thing to white perch that we have are like sand bass, white bass, or wipers. Yeah, like the northern perch. Can you think of anything like that would be considered like close to the yellow perch? What's up, CJH Productions? Good to have you in here. Yeah, so I'm just trying to think of anything that would be close to that. I don't know. Here is a live target. It's probably one of the only live targets I've ever painted on here so far. And this is a live target shad. This is a version of a sexy shad in a way, and it's kind of a cross. It's a cross between some other stuff. This is a normal colored bait. This is not going to be. It's got your gold fins on it. It's got a greenish gray back with your dots and your scaling pattern, and a little bit of a gold throat there. So it's, but this is the closest thing to a normal pattern bait that I have right now, probably. It's probably way too close to the camera. But yeah, so that one's a live target. Thank you, Gavin. I appreciate that. We have a pumpkin seed bluegill warmouth. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can see that being a warmouth. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like the colors on those yellow perch are just so. I want to catch one eventually. I'm going to go somewhere and catch that and mount it and have a fiberglass mount or whatever. But I want to do a perch, and I want to do a peacock bass. I think peacock bass would be amazing to have on the wall. That would be really cool. And I don't have to kill the fish. I'll literally just fiberglass mount it, and I'll probably paint it myself. I've been thinking about doing that. Like the next big fish that I catch, big largemouth, I may order a mount for it, and I may do that myself. I don't know. I think I could do it. I've never tried, but I think I could. I think I could paint up a fairly nice replica mount. So I might try that. I might try that next one I catch. And if it looks like junk, you guys will never see it. That's the honest truth. But no, so this one's just a regular bait. Let's do $12 on this one. Let's do $12 plus shipping. If anybody's interested in the live target, I'll do $12 plus shipping. And mount half of a fish. Just mount the tail end and the first part be like a fox. I had a buddy's dad when we were kids that they had a taxidermist had actually mounted a pig nose on the front of a bass, and he would tell everybody that he caught it out of a toxic pond, and it literally looked like it looked like it had a pig nose. You know, it was painted green and everything, just like a bass, but it was. You should be good at it. Thank you, Grant. Well, I hope so. I mean, I think. I mean, I know the concepts of it. I've watched videos for a long time on it, and I know the concepts of how they do certain things and the undertones, and like a lot of that's done by hand. It's not really done by spraying the fish. A lot of it they do with like charcoal pencils and colored crowns and all sorts of crazy stuff to get the effects they do. I think that's pretty awesome, though. But I may try it. I may try it if I catch this next year. Right now is probably the time to go out and be hunting the big ones. But if I catch a big one this next year, I may do that. I may measure it out and get a fiberglass mount and try it to see what happens. I'm limited on time right now. I'm kind of limited on time. I'm not really, but I've got a lot planned. Like the 3D bait, that's coming out. There is another lure video that I'm doing first, though, that I chose to do first because it's been in the works for a long time. And thank you, Toothy Critter Outdoors, man. Good having you in the stream. Thank you for coming in. There is a lure that I've had for a long time that WTF Mike sent to me. And a lot of you know this if you've been in here watching. A lot of you know what that lure was. It is prepped, ready to go. I will have that video out this next week is my plan. And it's going to be a full-length video. I was going to do a short on it and just do like a quick short of me painting it. And I didn't feel like that. I didn't feel like that would justify this particular lure. Like it needs its own origin story. And so I called Mike yesterday. I was like, hey, look, I'm going to do this bait. And I might do that, Grant. That would be cool. That would be cool. Just order a 10-pounder replica. Yeah, but I feel bad. Like, here's the thing. Internally, I feel weird about that because there's like, to me, that's deception because then like, I'm like, oh no, that's just one I painted up. I didn't catch that. You know what I mean? Like I want, if I do it, I could do it an 8-pounder and do my fish, you know, and I might do that, but because my fish is all jacked up now. It's like missing fins. It's missing. It's pretty sad. I need to have it redone. I need to take it to somebody, but yeah, I could probably do that. I could probably do something along that. Yeah, I could do it as art. I could do that. I thought about doing like some other fish, some interesting like a trout or you know, something just different. But yeah, I could do that. I could paint it up. What'd be really cool is if they were cheaper to get them and paint them like the lures, paint some crazy paint schemes on them, like do some actual scenes or something on them, like as an art piece. That would be pretty cool. But they're kind of pricey to be doing that. But I would like to get into it because I think it would be cool, even like bluegill and stuff like that. Do some smaller fish and see if I could pull it out, if they look real, if they're, you know, and that sort of thing. Just been doing a ton of winter prep today. Yeah, getting stuff ready for that snow that's going to be coming in. It's crazy. Okay, well, there's no lure up there. Let me put another lure out. All right. Okay, let's go with another deep diver. We'll do another deep diver. Okay, you guys choose blue or red. You guys choose which one you want, blue or red. I'll put it up there, and we'll get to see blue, blue, red. Nice. Red. Okay. So this is the next one. This is a crawl pattern. It's got your purple CJH Productions, red, green. Well, I got you, Gavin. I got your green right here. So I've got green and I've got red. It's a reddish orange belly. I've got red specks all over it, and I've got white specks all over it. It is a crawl version that I painted up. As you can see the top. Well, I don't know how well you can see that top, but it's, yeah. But I got the underline on the crawl. I've got the underlines right there, the shell shadows and stuff like that. And it's pretty detailed little crawl. I like it. Hey, will you bring me that bait that's clipped and hanging? It's a deep diver too. I forgot to bring it in here.
It's clipped and hanging on the blue thing?
Yeah.
It's on the hand?
Yeah, it's on the hand. Bring all of them. Bring those trout too, because I'm gonna show those off. But those aren't for up for sale. Okay, so yeah, thank you, Mike. I need to do that in a square bill. I can definitely do that in a square bill. So this one we'll do. What did we do on the last one? Was it 12? I can't remember. I think it was 12. Let's do 12 on that. Our phone bill, nice. Crazy. You need to do that in a square bill. I will. I'll do one up in a square bill. I've got to get some other square bills too. I've been looking at some different square bills. Those jerk baits not jerk baits, but the baits, the big swim baits I have coming in. Those are going to be a little different. Those are going to be like probably $50-$60 a pop. However, they're also giant. They're massive. I'll show you guys to give you an idea of how big they really are. So the next bait I'm going to put up is, let's just say rainbow. It's a deep diver as well, and we'll go ahead and it goes down to, the depth is right at around same as the other deep divers. It's going to go 15 feet. If you use lighter line, maybe 18-20 foot, you could get it down. But these are the DD20s. They're called DD20s. They're technically supposed to be 20-foot divers, but I don't like to misrepresent things. And I fish these, and the deepest that I've really gotten them down, which now granted, guys, keep this in mind, I use 15-pound fluoro. So the deepest I've been able to get it with 15-pound fluoro is about 15 feet. So I'm taking that into consideration. I'm saying if you use 10-foot or 12-foot or 10-pound or 12-pound tests, you might get down to 18-20 foot. I don't know. But I know for sure that they will dive at least 15 feet. This right here, this is my striper, kind of crazy striper pattern. I just wanted to do something different. It's got the purple, blue, green back. Then it goes down into your chartreuse, goes into a pink belly, a nice light pink belly with some orange pink gill plates and throat there. So this one should wreck house. And I 15-pound line, you can tell you don't target. Oh, yeah, definitely, Mike. I don't even know what I would use for toothy fish. The only toothy fish I caught was a walleye, and thankfully it was on a chatterbait that had lost its skirt, so it never got close to my line. And it was definitely like, I didn't even know how to handle the thing, because I'm like, look at all those teeth. That's, yeah. Yeah. They snap me off all the time, but we don't have those things here. I say that. Come to find out, we have one county in the state of Oklahoma that has northern pike. They're actually pickerel, but they're chain pickerel or yeah, northern pike, whatever. They're little ones, and they've caught like several of them in this creek down in southeastern part of the state. I use 30-pound braid tow rope minimum. That's awesome. So, all right. So I will take this one off. This one again, $12 on those. I think that's right. I might be quoting that wrong, but I said $12, and $12 it is. If anybody wants that bait. Oh, okay. So I'm going to show you guys some baits that I did. Now these are going out, and you guys are going to be the only ones who will see these. It is not you won't see it again until I post the videos of them. These are unreleased baits. They're going to a person on YouTube, and so I'm going to send them out. But this is the first one. That is the first brown trout. It's hard to get like the actual color under these lights, but they turned out pretty good. So that's a live target version of a brown trout. You can't run deep divers. They hit the bottom and mostly stay there. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I can see that being a thing. This is the other brown trout. This one, to me, because of the shape of it and stuff, it looks a little bit better than the other one, I think. But all in all, but those are them, guys. Those are the brown trout that I did up, and those are going to somebody in Michigan, I believe. So it's going to be interesting when he gets them to fish them. I think he'll really enjoy them. All right, let's do another jerk bait. Why not? Let's see what we got here. Let's do this one. This is a crazy jerk bait combination I came up with, and technically this came from a worm. So if you guys are seeing this, this is a worm pattern that I put onto a crankbait. Are those the ones I called sickleback minnows? Yes, Mike. Those are the same ones. So this is another jerkbait I did. It's got the pumpkin back on it, pumpkin colored back on it. They call that pumpkin or whatever, pumpkin seed. And then the chartreuse yellow strip down the middle of it with a solid pink belly. And I did this one directly off of a worm. So, well, kind of. It's my own creation off of a worm that I had. So that is the that's a crazy jerkbait right there. These I don't remember what I know they're more expensive blanks. I don't remember what I said on those. I need a list is what I need to do. I need to start categorizing a list before I throw these out there. But so my mistake's probably going to be you guys' gang, to be honest, if you want it. Because I don't remember. We'll do 15 on that. 15, I think, is what I don't know. I think 15 was right. If it's not, you guys get it cheaper. So that's that one. Let's do square bill next, because the square bills. This is a square bill from last time. It's a citrus shad version. Now, it is my own version of citrus shad. If you see it like that, you're like, okay, that looks like a citrus shad. Till you see the back of it. The back is a dark blue, and it's got some. It's also got some scaling pattern on it, and I think this one will absolutely kill springtime. I think that's going to be a time for that actual color. But it's a good little square bill. It's got this one does have the rattles. You can tell it's got good rattles in it. These go 3 to 4 feet. That's what I'm going to say. 3 to 4 feet. You might be able to get them down to 5 feet, but for me personally, I would say about 3 to 4 feet is where I'm at with them. I don't think they dive much deeper than that. I know KVDs will. That's what I'm looking into is the new blanks, the new square bill blanks. I found some that I believe to be the real deal, and that's probably what I'm going to go with. On that one, let's do 10 plus shipping. So that's $10 plus shipping. Sorry, I didn't tell you guys the price on it. Those are fairly like these right here. These and I believe the Wiggle Warts are two of the cheaper versions of the blanks. You want it, Mike? Okay, I'll put it back for you. Nice, thank you, man. I'll definitely put that back for you. I'm trying to think of what else we got that we haven't put up yet. All right, let's keep going. Let's put up let's put up this jerkbait right here. All right, this is just a standard. It's kind of like the American shad, or I'm trying to remember the name of that. It's not American shad, it's something else, but it's a shad pattern essentially. It looks kind of different, but under the water, I believe it to be like I think it is American shad. I think that's what it's. I kind of modeled it after. It's my own spin on it, of course, but it kind of looks like one of those. I think it's the American shad pattern, but it's got the purplish blue back, and then it goes to maroon, then to a gold, and then to a light blue, and then the silver pearl belly with gold cheeks, and that is definitely a different kind of color pattern, but it should work. It should work. I'm not guaranteeing that you catch fish on any of these baits because I don't know how you fish. No, I'm just playing. I know all these baits should catch. There shouldn't be any problems with them at all. I've never had a problem with any of my patterns ever catching fish. That's the honest truth. I've had a problem with losing them, and I've had problems with other things, but never had a problem with the patterns catching fish. Now, some of them are really crazy. I'm not going to guarantee that they'll catch bass or crappie or whatever. They may catch something you don't want to catch. I've had that problem before. And you learn. That's it. Can we do C after that, Mike? So it's custom. We're just going to add letters to it. Just keep adding letters. Custom crank. custom jerk. CJB, custom jerkbait. Yeah, I think this one is definitely. No, Mike. Here is definitely the one that I don't know how many people have seen this one, but this is one from last time that I put up, and this is by far probably one of the wildest jerkbaits I've ever created. Now, I've created this. What's up? ASD does games. What is going on, man? Good to have you in the stream. Thank you for being here. Alphabet Mafia Shad. That's perfect, Gavin. That's perfect. All right, so like this one, I had smallmouth in mind when I first created this bait, just to let you know right off the hand. I think smallmouth will kill this. I also think if you're up north, there's a good possibility that Toothy Critters will absolutely smash this. I don't think you're getting around that. The neon colors, from what everybody tells me, the neon colors are a definite go-to for those things. And it's like a beacon. It's like beep, beep, beep. They nail them. So if you got those, it's probably going to end up in the mouth of a toothy critter. But for smallmouth here, this is definitely a good ticket. I think that's going to be really good. And I think I'm doing 15 on those jerk baits just because they're the Megabass Vision 110 replicas. And now, notice I'm saying replica. They are really close. I've paired them up side by side in real life. They're really close to the real thing. However, they are not. These are not Megabass Vision 110s. Like, they did not come from the factory, I don't believe. These were custom created somewhere else, and I think there's some differences so that, you know, for copyright reasons and whatever else. So, anyways, but they do run similar, and they are great little jerk baits. So there's that. Let's see what else we got here. What else can we throw up? Oh, I know what we can throw up. We can throw this big deep diver up. Let's do another deep diver. You guys can see what this is. This thing is definitely the blue. It's the blue craw. And as you can see the blue fades all the way up into that green. It's got a chartreuse tail. And as Gavin knows, that is key for catching bass, a ton of bass, and getting to sit and watch you catch a ton of bass. Braxton Spurs knows that all too well. I don't know if it's the chartreuse tail. It might be, man. I've been debating why that bait caught like that. I think it had something to do also with the computer board. So this is the blue and chartreuse shad there. Guys, it's got the red eyes. This, of course, dives 15 feet and has some chartreuse specks all over it. All around good bait. Got some good, looks like a much improved version of my first crank. It might be, man. I don't know. Some of the stuff I've been just turning out as much of it as I can. So some of it. Now here's a mid diver. This is the sound. You want to hear the sound of it? It's got good sound to it. Let's go ahead and throw this one up. Now this is my red craw. Here's the thing about this red craw. This red craw is a fall color here. I don't know. It might work differently where you're at, but I will say this. This thing absolutely dominates here. And this was painted off of a real life craw. Basically, it was painted off of a real life craw. I don't know. Toothy was in here just a little while ago. Just been doing a ton of winter prep. He's got a lot of stuff to get ready. SD does games is what he was saying. So I'm sure he's probably listening in and just like doing his stuff. But this craw pattern here, this red with the purple back, and as you can see, I put the blue pinchers on the front and some blue dots on it. But the minus the blue on the front of this is an actual replica of a craw that we found here in Oklahoma in the fall. This thing is killer. They will gobble it up. And of course, I've got the red eyes on there. Normally I black out on my craws. I used to black out all my eyes. I used to take and literally, black out all the eyes on them, and but I started putting these red eyes on them. We'll see the difference. We'll see how it works differently, but I think all in all, I think it really doesn't matter the rate of speed these guys travel. Let's see here. What else we got? We got let's go back to some topwater, because I've done several topwater baits. Oh, no. I got another jerk bait. That's the first jerk bait I put up. I'm going to do, on this jerk bait, we'll do $12. $12 on this jerk bait. And this one is nuts. So I put this one up earlier just to show people, but a lot of y'all weren't in here at the time. So we'll do $12 on this jerk bait plus shipping. And this is my own custom Frankenstein creation. So if you're wondering, it's definitely different. I've never seen a bait like it. And I just wanted to do something really strange and different. And I think I accomplished that. It's got the green paint splotches on the top, goes into a purple back, silver with a pink, hot pink belly with the black running stripes down it. I think all in all, it is a flashy bait for sure. So we're not going to be able to. Oh, you're fine. ASD does games, man. Really, it's like a hangout stream, and I'm doing this stuff at the same time. To be honest, it's working out good though. We're having a good time in here. Everybody, I am, anyways. I'm having fun talking with all y'all. It's been a while. It's been a little while, and I do have some other stuff that I will be putting out. But so back to something I was saying before. I wanted to talk about because Grant had asked me. I remember him asking me about about the 3D printed lure earlier, and then several people have asked me about videos coming out, like full length videos. I have a full length video this week that will be coming out probably towards the end of the week, maybe the first of next week, just depending on how fast I can get it done. But it is something that definitely needs to it needs spotlighted, because it was a bait that Mike sent me years ago. WTF Mike sent me, and I should have got it done years ago. I didn't. I've got a couple projects like that I should have done years ago that I didn't, that I'm getting back to right now. But this one I was just going to do a short, paint it out, and I didn't do that. I decided that it needs more of it's got I'm gonna have to show the origin story. Because this is one of those baits that you guys are not going to want to miss. And when it's done, I don't know. I think I might see if I don't know what the end result's going to be. I think I'm either shipping it back to Mike, or I'm going to try and catch something on it here and then ship it back to Mike. See if he can catch something on it. I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. But it's definitely going to be one of a kind for sure. You've never seen anything like it. I'm painting it up. It's prepped, ready to go. And that's all I'm going to let you guys know. You just have to watch the video. Should be entertaining though. I'm keeping most of my stuff I'm keeping it flip-flopping pretty quick. So that way you guys don't get bored with just me talking. But yeah, it should be a good time. So I've got that coming up. I am pulling the boat from my grandparents' house over to my house now. That is happening soon, and I will be working back on the boat. I know a lot of you guys early on knew that I was rebuilding a John boat to bass boat conversion, and I got into it, especially real big over the whole pandemic thing. I got into it, and I was building it, and I had a hard drive crash, or well, not crash. My computer crashed, and the hard drive that I've got to get a cable for it. Mike, you're not shipping me that. I might, man. Surprise. I may ship you the other one we talked about. No, so I've got several things in the works, and it's been a while since I've produced a full-length video. It's just I took some time off to research YouTube, to understand YouTube a little bit better. Plus, I had work nonstop, and so now I'm starting to get back into it. How big is my wrist? I don't know. It's like that. I don't know. I don't know measurement, man. Like, here, let's see. About like that. I don't know what that is. I don't have a tape measure or any kind of measuring. I'll measure it and get back with you. But yeah, my wrist is. I don't know what the size. I don't know what the size of my wrist is. But no, so I do have quite a few things that I'm dedicated to now, getting out. The first video coming back in is, of course, going to be Spooge Lightning. And those of you who know, that's going to be the first. It's going to be the origin story of Spooge Lightning. So, Mike, I'm making paracord things and wanted to send you one. Oh, okay, man, cool, awesome. ASD does games. Yeah, I'll let you know. I've got some. I'll measure it out and let you know, man. I'll send you some information on it. That would be awesome, man. Thank you. No, so I've got that coming out. Spooge Lighting. You guys who know. Those of you who don't, you'll find out soon enough. I know Grant knows. I know Mike knows. I'm pretty sure Rax and Spurs knows what Spooge Lightning is. I think he's actually physically seen it. ASD does games. I don't know if you know. Toothy Critters, I'm sure knows. But anyways, so that'll be coming before too long. And then I've also got a series that I'm going to be putting out of baits that I don't know if I really want to go into that too much, but I've got a series coming out you guys will not want to miss. It may not kick off till spring though, due to the nature of the baits I'm going to be using. I wouldn't be good in the wintertime. So I'm probably going to produce some other winter content and the boat content. One thing that I've talked about for the last 2 years now is how I'm doing this bass boat conversion build, and it kind of got put on hold because of work and everything else. So I'm getting back into that. And Gavin was playing with it. Let's be honest. I'm playing Gavin, but no, Rax's first. I'm joking, man. But no, for real, he's seen it. I think I don't know anybody wants to admit to seeing it, but it's that big of a deal. So it has to have an origin story. It can't just be, oh, I'm going to do a short. I'm going to paint this bait up. It just wouldn't do it justice. It wouldn't. So I need to create like a backstory and the drama and propel it forward so that it gets as many views as possible and people see it and they're like, what in the world is that? It's either going to get great reviews or really negative reviews or a little bit of both. I don't know. Or it's going to get me kicked off YouTube. We'll see. Rax is first. Wow. I'm joking, man. No, it's pretty funny though. I've got some other stuff though that I'm coming out with as far as baits and stuff. I did show earlier. I showed a little bit or both. Yeah, I think it's or both, Mike, to be honest. I'll show you a little portion here. So that's 3D printed out. That guy right there is going to be a swim bait. Which you guys will see. It's going to be painted up and everything. Right now, it's just but you guys will not know what it is. That could be a snakehead. That could be anything. You don't know. So I've got that coming. Let's move on to another bait. Let's do another. Let's do a topwater popper. Let's do popper. Why not? Let's do this guy. So this is multiple colors. It goes from pink, chartreuse, pink, orange to chartreuse with the scaling pattern with a pearl, silver, white with orange on the throat and on the tail. And it's got a purple back. So it's purple with the scales being the different colors. This one right here is pretty cool. I think overall this is probably I love these baits. I do several different iterations, but this is the first time I've done like neon iterations of it. You decapitated Kermit the Frog. I love it. Poor Kermit. Rest in peace, Kermit. That's awesome. That may be what I entitled the video, is Kermit. That'd be awesome to throw Kermit the Frog. That'd be cool. But no, so this one I'm going to put up. I don't know, these Pop Maxes. I don't even know what I had on those. Let's do $12 on that one as well. $12. Anybody who wants it, you want that bait, let me know, and it's yours. Who knew it would be at the hands of Yank just chasing Beth the Frog? Justice for Kermit. Holy crap. Oh, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Mike, I think I might create that video. That's pretty funny. That would be awesome. Justice for Kermit. Hashtag Kermit Lives. I can't say that, but that would be funny. Who knew it would be at Yank? But I got to go, buddy. Been dealing with a headache all day. All right, man. Well, I hope you get feeling better, ASD Games. Those games. I appreciate you coming in, man. I really do. Thank you for being in the stream. It's been a fun time. We're having a good time in here, and I'm glad I was able to do it early versus late, so that I've got some time with everybody, and people don't have to go to bed immediately and stuff like that. So I appreciate you being in here, man. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, thanks. So the next one I'm going to put up is a popper. This one was a request from somebody on TikTok. What I'm finding is that people request stuff and then not get back to you. So I don't think the person that requested it even ever saw the bait. I think they never returned to my page. They just requested something crazy and never even came back. So this was a weird request, I have to say. They wanted an orange, green, and yellow. And I was like, other than the fire tiger that I painted just like a week prior, is what you're saying? And Kermit never did nothing to nobody. How do stars suddenly appear? The only frog that smelled like bacon. Hey, Kermit was good. That's all I got to say. He had kind of that pork flavored taste. You know, it was good. All right, let's put up something. Let's put up something wacky. If my wife is watching, which I don't know if she is still. Hey, Kai, if you're watching, can you bring me the Halloween baits? Sorry, I don't know if she's even watching, but I want you guys to see the Halloween baits. Those are not going up for sale. Main reason being is they took way too much time. I mean, they could be bought, but it's going to be at like a way higher price because it's just the amount of energy and time I have into them is way too extensive. They're not just like a quick spray and go type thing. It's more of a, I'm going to sit here for hours and piddle with this one bait. Here's the other popper that I have, the Pop Max. This is interesting. It's kind of got that Southwest motif right there. See the little triangle patterns on the back, and then it's gray, and it's got the eyes. Now, I will tell you something about these eyes. For whatever reason, when you put these eyes on a bait, it typically tends to do a lot better. They look at it. I don't know if they look at it as a group of fish or what the situation is, but I have had top water with those eyes just absolutely slay the bass. So if that's what you're looking for, there you go. We got that with the orange belly. That is funky in a good way, but funky nonetheless. Yeah, it is. It's pretty crazy, man. I'm not gonna lie. That is probably one of my crazier baits. I like it because, you know, because of the colors and stuff. I think it's kind of muted down. It's not as wild as it could have been. But it definitely I think would have its place. And if it doesn't go, I'm probably going to go fish it and see how it does. I bet it'll kill it. But it's got a pink mouth there, an orange and pink mouth. and it is 100% a replica of Pop Max. Like I said, a lot of people ask me about why do I clear those over those holes, those slots, because they're like that's what it's meant for. Well, for whatever reason, these baits when they were created, there's a flaw in them. They will get waterlogged and then they're useless. So I just epoxy over them that way they're still usable and they work. Essentially the same. I mean, you don't get the bubbles tracing after them, but I don't think that the bubbles matter all that much. Let's see what else we got here. We got a Sammy, a walking bait. Here we go. That's a crazy looking walking bait. Same deal. It's except for it's a gray, charcoal gray top with the spots with an orange and a chartreuse spot, and it goes from red to chartreuse or orange to chartreuse. Hey Cooper, hey, get Mom to bring me those. Oh, she is? Okay, cool. Oh, nice. Okay, here she comes. Little buddy came in here. Bubbles last matter. Mike, you're done gonna get me in trouble with that stuff. All right, guys. So you want to see some of the baits that I did for Halloween? Here we go. I'm gonna pop them up so you can look at them. Like I said, these are definitely not. It's definitely not for sale. Not for I mean, because just the amount of money, the time I've got into them, I would have to charge a ridiculous amount. But that is a bluegill that has been ripped apart. And now all you see is its bloody skeleton. So there's that. And then here's the other side. If you guys want to see both sides to see how crazy it looks, that is it. I think that thing looks sick. I've never seen a bait like it. It was just something I wanted to do. So they'd be disappointed in me right now with the Kermit. Yeah, well, bubbles only matter to certain fish and only in certain movies like Finding Nemo where they but yeah, I think it turned out pretty sick, guys. For a Halloween bait, that turned out fun. That was a fun one. Here's my other Halloween bait. That it is a square bill. This one also is not being put up for sale. This the amount of time this one has in it is ridiculous. But I just want to show you guys, see what you think of them. If you like them. Jack-o'-lantern turned out pretty cool. It actually turned out pretty sweet. I like the overall way that both baits turned out. The shading and everything on them. I think they look good. But they were fun Halloween baits. I might do some Christmas baits. You really like that one, Mike? Yeah, I think it turned out good. I think it really did. I might do some Christmas baits too. I've been thinking about that. I don't know exactly. I've got one bait that I'm going to do soon. It's more of a gamer bait. So if you guys, any of you guys do any gaming, you'll know immediately what it is. That's something I've been working on. The other thing I was thinking about doing was a Pennywise bait for Halloween. I never got to that one. And to be honest with you, I think if I did Pennywise, it'd have to be on one of these guys. It'd have to be on something that size. Because I don't think I can pull it off. Well, maybe I could on square bill, but you got to go cook. Holler at me tomorrow, brother. All right, man. All right, Racket Spurs. Have a good evening, man. I'm planning on going fishing Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. If you're available, man, I'm gonna be going fishing. So you can't pull crankbaits on Christmas up here. Well, you could. They just wouldn't do it. It'd be like little, like after a wedding, the cans. Yeah, I think realistically, like I've thought about doing some drop down because they sell some of those. I found them just recently. The what are they called? The ones that you drop down for spear fishing, the decoys. I found a place that sells those, so I thought about purchasing some of those and painting some of those up because I know you guys when that's a good thing. And also, I found some little like blade. They're like blade baits, I guess. They're still crankbaits, but they're yeah, tree decorations. That would be cool. Yeah, I've actually seen that before. I've seen people do that as holiday, do their whole tree. We at one year we were gonna do that. I had like 300 baits I painted for a show, and I was gonna hang them all from the tree and take a picture of it. I never ended up doing that, but that is a thing that some people do. They like them as ornaments, which is kind of cool. I mean, you could hang them any way you want, and it would work out really well. Uh, you could definitely do some crazy colors then. But I've also seen these blade baits, and these blade baits are they're like okay, they're like a lipless, I guess, but you can tie off at different ends, and so that's something I was talking about with. I believe it was Toothy Critters the other day. You know, they work real good up there, but they had some really tiny ones. They're like real small, and I thought that might work for ice fishing. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. We don't have ice here to do the ice fishing, so if you think something like that would work, that may be something I do over the winter season. I may paint up some ice fishing baits. I think that would be pretty cool. See another. Okay, so here's another mid diver. This dives about 7 foot. This is one I just created. It's a Little John Profile Spro Little John. Same kind of bait. It's got nice thick bill on it. They're solid baits. Flat sided cranks work. They work really well. It's got the black back, and then what I did was on the sides, if you can see it there, there's a line of gold, and then it goes gold to black to gold dots, and then it's a red to an orange to a neon orange belly. And this dives about 7 feet, so it's not a super deep diver. It's right at that mid range. You lost me. Why does it look matte finish? I think that's part of like. So here's the thing: like, if you see me tip it up, you can kind of see like a glare on it, but in person it doesn't. But on the camera, I think it's because of those flat sides that it gives it that. It doesn't give it a whole lot of depth. I think in order to give these baits depth, I would have to clear. I'd have to clear on top of the colors and then paint the pattern on and then clear again. Um, that one I'll do $10 on that one. $10. It's got a one knocker at $10 plus shipping. BPF Lures, what's going on, man? Good to have you in the stream. Thank you for coming in, man. We're just going through a bunch of like the different crazy stuff. All right, Mike, cool. I'll put that one there as well. Just going through a bunch of different crazy baits and just different stuff that I'm doing. Not really we're just chatting it up and stuff. Let me see here. So let's do something. I don't know. Let's do, what was the next one? I've put up quite a few baits already, and I don't know what else I've got up here that I haven't put up. I think most of them I've put up, but I'll start reposting some of them. Like this one. This was a subscriber ask, and so I just did it for fun, and it turned out different. It's definitely different, but that's Another one of the jerk baits. It's red and blue. The blue back, red, and then it goes to a silver belly or a white, pearl white, I guess. But yeah, that's a 10-foot. It's a replica of the Vision 110. So that one is definitely different. It was an ask from a subscriber, and so I made it, and I think it turned out okay. It's different. I don't know if the fish would eat it or not, but it's fun. So there's that. I'm looking to see what else we got here. A second, let me put some. Yep, there went that one. Okay. Yeah, it is cool. It turned out cool. I like it. I mean, I think it's all right. I don't think it's like, I don't know if it'll catch fish. Like, I'm sure it will in certain circumstances. I think any of these will catch fish. But it's okay. It wasn't my favorite, but I did it nonetheless. It was fun. Now I'll show some of the. Here's the Fisher Price bait again. If you guys haven't seen that, it's completely insane. It's just a wild. I don't even know what that is. I don't even think it's a bluegill pattern. It's just some random pattern I came up with. But that is the. I'll go back through these baits. But that is the Fisher Price, as Mike calls it, the Fisher Price bait. This is a walker that came up with that right there. It's got it kind of shifts a little bit up there at the top, and then it's got the orange belly. And if I can turn it right, you can kind of see it. It's got a purple cheek. So it's definitely a different kind of walker. And then let's see here, what else? I'm trying to think of the other stuff that I've got. This was the deep diver. It's just I don't know if it's like a crappie pattern essentially, but it was just a bunch of different colors. It goes from the blue purple, the brown back, to the blue purple, shifting to it looks like a green, and then on to a chartreuse. And so that's one of my deep divers, 15 feet. They're DD20s, but realistically, what I found is they'll only go 15 feet deep. So, and then these are some BPF. You didn't get to see these earlier, but these are some a buddy printed up for me. This gives you kind of size comparison of how big they are. They're monsters, but I'll hold these up. That's my hand, and that's the bait. So it's kind of just a monster crankbait. I'm gonna be taking those out soon. I'll be taking them out this week. That's just some of the stuff. I've got quite a few things planned this year for the channel, and just trying to get everything lined out. But I've got a bunch of different crazy patterns. Here's another really crazy pattern. Thank you, Grant. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Yeah, so these right here in particular are like these little rattle traps. I like them. They've got good rattles in them. They're good, straightforward. Like, I like them really well for crappie, to be honest. That's one of my favorite things to use these for, crappie. The way they go down and they flutter as they go down, they're great for brush piles and pulling up some good sized crappie off of them. Let me see here. We got there's our other sunfish again. sunfish. I got that. Let's go through our jerk baits again. Let's do that. What so far that you guys have seen is so far your favorite of all the baits that you guys have seen so far? I'm just taking a poll, kind of wondering what do you think? Crappie on a crankbait? Are you serious? Yeah, absolutely, Mike. They slaughter those little rattle traps. I've got some big crappie on crankbaits. I've got some 2-pounders on cranks. As a matter of fact, last year on this on the DD20, I caught a crappie. It weighed 2.2, which is a monster crappie. It was 2.2. I know that we have bigger crappie here. I've never caught one. I've seen people catch them. I know the state record's like four something. So we have some giant crappie here, but crankbaits, especially deep divers, for whatever reason, you'll go through the school and the biggest ones will grab onto them. Maybe if it's your murky water. Well, that may be the case. I mean, most of our lakes are chocolate milk. The clarity is like if you get 10-foot clarity at a lake here or 12-foot, you're doing pretty good. Most of our waters don't get real clear. I mean, we do have a couple places that in the wintertime it clears up and you can see down maybe 15 feet, but it's very rare here. We don't have any kind of Poland Springs like type water here. And don't go swim in the water here either. No, it's fun to swim in. So these were the let's see here. Hold on. There was something else I was going to show y'all. I'm trying to remember what it was. Okay. There's the peacock. I never really showed this one like in full. It's got greenback, of course, the yellow spots, the black lines, and then it goes down to an orange tail and throat. That worked out pretty good. Now I will say this. I don't know how this jerkbait would do, but the square bills I painted up like that, they absolutely wreck the fish here. For whatever reason, we don't have yellow perch. We don't have anything that even resembles that. But whatever it is in that bait, they love it. They probably just because they hadn't seen it before, to be honest. But they absolutely wreck the square bills that I've got in that pattern. That's one of my favorite patterns just for bass. And I know not everybody fishes for bass. You fish for walleye or other things, but for bass, 100%, this is one of my favorite patterns. They work great on our walleye. Awesome, man. Yeah, that's what I mean. I would assume that any fish that they're going to kill these baits. For whatever reason, this pattern, they nail it. And these jerk baits have like ridiculous rattles in them. Stick bait, jerk bait, whatever you want to call them, but these are good to go. And then I've got like my wacky stuff that's like, nobody's ever seen anything like that because because let's be honest, I don't know that would even catch. But it was fun. We had a good time painting it. Me and the cricket in my pocket. Pretty much looks like the perch ones you made me. Yeah, those yellow perch. That's one that I need to redo. I haven't done that one. There's several baits from like the past years that I need to bring back that I haven't. I really haven't made. I've got some like I was saying earlier. I've got some big baits going to be coming in. They should be here in the next couple weeks, and I'm going to paint up some more realistic looking stuff with those baits. I'm trying to think of like I need to order some more stock on quite a few things just for fun. Like and by the way, so if anybody wants to know like these auctions that I do, these things that I hold, this is like really just for fun and it's for like the people that support the channel and that just follow me and stuff. This isn't really like this isn't what I do. I'm not I don't do this anymore. I did it for years. I was a bait painter. We went to trade shows all over. I designed different stuff, and it's just not what I do anymore. So I do this now just strictly for fun. So I enjoy talking bait painting. I enjoy talking like fishing and all that stuff, and really that's the reason I'm doing this. I don't do it for any other reason than that. This is not my form of like I don't try and sell them every week or put them out there. And I'm glad because I have to say when I was doing that, it was overwhelming the amount of stuff that I would have to like turn out and get out to people. And at this point, I just do it. Let's do it to have fun, to create content, and just for a good time. It kind of puts me in a good headspace too. Like I don't know if you guys know, if you do anything creative, that headspace it puts you in, it just draws you into this like really good headspace, and you're able to function. I think it helps your day, to be honest. Not to get too sappy about it, but but I really do. I think creativity helps the brain. It helps you function a little bit better. Now, clearly, as you saw earlier in the stream, my brain needs a little bit of work. I'm still recovering, I think, from a head injury last year. So it's one of those things. I made macaroni art in kindergarten once. Mike. Did you though, Mike? I'm just playing, man. Now, macaroni art. I think my kid came home with something like that the other day. I was like, are they still doing that? He had some really dark stuff on there though. I was like, what is that? Some like, I don't know, some kind of like character from, of course, some YouTube video. So who knows what it is. Yeah, no, I'm like this stuff, like for instance, like those, that's strictly just for fun. Like that takes a long time for me to do. And it's literally just for fun, guys. It's not, I'm not doing this for anything other than that. Thank you, man. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. This one turned out better than what I thought it was going to, honestly. I kind of wanted a different black, but that worked out good. By the time I did the white and the gold in the white and the yellow and stuff like that, it really kind of made it pop anyways. Like I kind of wanted a more black, like a deeper, richer black tone to it, but I didn't have that. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it with what I've got. And so I did. And I mean, of course, like they're not cleaned up. I haven't cleaned any of these up. They're just literally just have them but they got tons of rattles in them. I got several of those swim baits. I like those swim baits. Those are pretty fun. You got to get that black 3.0. Oh, I know that stuff. I need to find some of that. Actually, I've been looking into doing different paints now, so that I've been thinking about doing different paints. I went to order some of my paints again night before last, and it really made me rethink everything. That paint has went up substantially. Like I'm talking substantially. Like now, some of those bottles are like $40 for a 4-ounce bottle. I'm like, yeah, that's not doable. That's not even conducive. And I love the way it looks because I love the sheen, and I don't think you can get that sheen even with candies and other paints. I don't feel like they have that sheen, but at the same time, because you don't have the flakes, I mean, you can add flakes, I guess, per color, but it just really, it's just easier. But now that I'm looking at how much that actually costs. Plus, too, I have to do it outside. There's no indoor painting. I can't do that. And so now I'm looking at other paints, and I've been looking at what pretty much everybody else uses is like the Auto Air or the Createx or whatever, Createx, sorry, or stuff like that, Wicked Air. And that paint seems good enough. There's also that art stuff, that ink stuff. I've seen a bunch of different stuff used over the years, and I think I could still make that work. It's just not going to be as, I don't know. It looks different to me. With my eyes, it looks a little stranger to me. So I'm gonna have to play with it and get it, but it's a lot cheaper. It's way cheaper. So that's probably where I'm headed soon, is to that kind of paint versus what I've been doing. You ever work with glow powder? Yes, Mike. I actually have some glow powder. I've got some glow in the dark paints too. Um, that you can charge up in the sun and they'll shine. I've got some of that out there. I've thought some ideas. I've had some ideas with that too. I've got one idea in particular that I may do. It won't look anything special when you see it, but when it's lit up underwater, it'll really look cool. I've thought about doing that like at night and stuff like that, like doing some of those baits for night fishing. I've thought about that. Another bait that I did several years ago was those Wonder Breads. Uh, and I did the Wonder Bread. The white was actually glow in the dark. So it was glow in the dark paint, and it was a Wonder Bread bait with glow in the dark paint. And that turned out really cool. You could shine it in the light and it just glow. I mean, it was pretty cool. Um, I've thought about doing that stuff, but I've seen a lot of people now are doing that, and it's pretty cool. Can gold powder be mixed into regular paints? I don't know. I don't know. It should be able to, but I just don't know if it would drown it out or not. That's the thing. Like if the pigments would take over the powder, I don't know. I don't know. That's something I'd have to play with and see, because I really don't know the answer to that. Um, it might work though. It'd be cool because you could get some really cool colors if it didn't do that. But if the pigments take over and drown out, that's the problem with like some paints, is that like you get into those paints and they'll drown out the pigment of other things, and so you don't get the true pigment you're looking for. So you have to kind of play with it a little bit. All right, sounds good, Mike. Yeah, man, I've got several ideas for different things like that. The next thing I've got coming, guys, is I'm building if you guys seen it in the past, I've built swim baits out of wood, and I've done some of that. I've done some wood swim baits. Well, I have something coming up, and you guys trust me, we want to stay tuned to this, because I'm going to build a small swim bait, and then I'm going to give it away. I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm going to build it, probably take it out, see how it swims, test it, make sure it's good, and then I'm probably going to do a giveaway with this thing. And it'll be a full-length video, of course, but I don't have anything sitting there. Let me put something there. But it's going to be a full build. I'm going to put it on video, and you guys will get to see. It's going to be a little swim bait. It's not going to be big. I have a very distinct idea of what I'm doing, and we'll put that out there and see how it goes. I don't know. It's been a while since I've built a swim bait. The last swim bait I built, I was going to do cast molding and start producing replicas of them, and I may still do that. I've got it set up to do. I got to get a chamber pot if I'm going to do that, because I think that's the only way. That's the only way that I'm going to get true, like, good cast every time. So I'm going to have to pick up a chamber pot and pressure pot and make sure that all the bubbles and everything leave that resin. But I do have the kind of resin that I want to use. I found a resin that I think is really good, and some stuff to use it out of. So yeah, Mike, pressure pot, chamber pot. you basically hook them up and it pulls all the air out. That's a vacuum. Yeah, vacuum chamber pot. That's essentially, yeah. That's what I'm talking about when I say chamber pot. Sometimes I don't use the full vernacular of everything. but yeah, no. So like I've got to pick one of those up in order to do that, to do those replicas. But they are swim baits. They're not glide. You're talking about bedpans, chamber potter for bedridden people. No, like, so they are swim baits. They're not glide baits. So a lot of people get those two kind of confused. If that's what, like a glide here. Okay. This is another thing that I have got and I've been doing is ordering baits, ordering quite neat baits from China. So there's a giant swim bait that I ordered in from China. It's not swim bait, it's a glide bait. So I see how it's broken two pieces. It's got the big S swim on it. That's what a lot of people want are the glide baits. That's what I call a glide bait. That's not a swim bait to me. A swim bait would be broken up into more chunks, so it actually has a tighter pattern. That's what I call a swim bait. So, but I've got one that is probably it's about like that, that I carved out of wood. I've also got a bluegill that I carved out of wood. That's a swim bait that I plan on doing, and they've both been tested and they both swim fantastic. Yeah, I've got video of that too. I don't know that I've ever released that video though. Maybe I need to do that. Bathtub swimming. But yeah, I've got a bunch of different baits that I picked up from overseas, like these Roman maids. These are cheap knockoffs, I'm sure, but still, they're good quality. And this is stuff I've been looking at of getting in and painting these type of baits. So just for fun, seeing what I can do with them. I mean, these lot larger baits, you have a lot more surface area to work with. And I feel like you could do some really creative stuff with these. I mean, some of the patterns are pretty cool on them as is. Like this one, got a little trout, like a trout pattern on it. Or I guess like a brookie. I don't know if that's, no, I guess that's like more like a brown trout, but it doesn't really look like a brown trout. But anyways, definitely doesn't look like a brown trout I've seen. But I've got a bunch of big swim baits that I've ordered from overseas and they work good. Swim baits, glide baits, whatever. The glide baits, really. There you go. Well, guys, I think for today we're gonna call it. It's been awesome having everybody come in here. I appreciate you guys being in here tonight. It was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for ordering and really thank you for Mike. I appreciate it, man. And thank you guys for supporting and watching. I definitely will be doing some more lives eventually. Maybe do some live painting videos. That's something that I've thought about for a while, is maybe getting back into showing you guys doing some live paint and just hang out and paint. That's always fun. Or I don't know, we'll figure out something, but I've got some ideas coming up. Guys, stay tuned to the channel because I promise I'm coming out with some full length videos again. That will be coming soon. And it's definitely going to be new creative content. I'll be designing some lures. I'm going to be doing a bunch of different crazy, wacky stuff. So you'll want to stay tuned to it. On top of that, I'm going to show you what I'm doing with the boat build. The boat build is going to be really cool, guys. Once it's done, I keep saying it. I know it's been a couple years, but I promise I'm getting it over here soon. And that's what the key to this winter is, getting that boat ready to go for spring. So With that being said, thank you to everybody that came in tonight. I appreciate you guys. Racks and Spurs, I know you're going. Grant McIntosh, thank you so much. BPF, hold on, let me make sure I said that right. BPF Lures, thank you, man. I appreciate you being in here. It was awesome for you to stop by. I really do appreciate it. ASD does games. Let's go back through here. Let's see who all. CJH Productions, thank you so much for being in the stream. Shannon, thank you so much again. Toothy Critter Outdoors, thank you for being in here. I really appreciate it, man. But yeah, this is Kelly since I've known you. I know, Mike. I've got to get it done. I just got to. But this winter is the key time. That's my goal. My goal is this winter. I'm going to try my best to get it done. I've got most of it done now, and so I'm going to try and finish it out. And when it's done, it's done, and hopefully it'll be sweet and everybody will like it. So, but thank you guys again so much. I had a great night, and I appreciate you guys all coming in here. Thank you, and I'll see you soon.